Hello, my name is Mike from Prebuilt Manufacturing. Today we're going to build the simplest birdhouse kit that we manufacture. Today we're going to put this together so that you can see all of the little hints and things that will help you put this kit together. So you bought a kit that looks like this, okay, and the finished product looks like this. So in the kit you've got your front, you've got your bottom, okay, you've got your two side walls, you've got your back wall, these are the side walls, and you've got your dowel, and you've got your nails, and then you've got your roof. So the roof is the very last thing we deal with. Just set the roof aside, and then you've got your front and your back and your bottom. So the first thing that you do with this kit here is you actually nail the bottom. Now the bottom is square, so you're going to put it up against the bottoms like that, right? Check for square, okay? Everything has a tolerance, so the one that feels by far the best on that edge, right, is the one that is the squareness that you want to use on that. So this one's, it's perfectly square. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set the nails into the bottom. Now when you're hitting the nail, you just tap in very lightly like this. Keep your hammer square to the head of the nail. I'm also feeling with my finger the edge of the wood there, so I'm about 1/4 of an inch in, because we need to hit about 1/2 inch of thickness here. So I'm just tapping them in like that so they're pre-tapped and they're ready to go through the wood. As I say in all the videos, don't do this on your mother's new granite countertops. Make sure that you have something that the nail could go through and stick into without damaging the kitchen table. So you set 4 nails in like so on the 2 edges, and then here you go with your 2 sides. Now generally I like to pick the nicest outside. I'm a guy with character, so I'll take that one with the knot there. So you take this guy and it goes right onto the bottom like so, 90 degrees like that. Now when you go to hit this, it could fire out this way. So one of the things you can do is just, if you really want to set this nice, is set that against your belly there too, and then it won't move when you're tapping your nail in like that. And then you've got your 2 other nails preset and ready for the other bottom. Just a little string of glue, you don't need a whole lot of glue on there. You want to line up these corners and these edges. With your fingers you'll be able to feel that that setting is exactly where you want. Now what I'm doing is I'm being very gentle with the hammer and just hitting that with the head at 90 degrees. That one was a little bit of an angle, so that's why I had the hammer on an angle. See, this one's just ever so slightly on an angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap, and it started to bend there. I'm following it in just with a very light hit. So you want to follow it in and have it going like that. So now you've got this part of this kit. Put that there, this up here like that. Now, you have the front and you have the back. And one of the things that I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how to nail. I'll pick the nicest front, the way that I like it, and this will be the front that you see. So I'm going to take the nails and I'm going to place the nails the same way as I did with the bottom, about 1/4 of an inch in, and I'm going to set the nails into the front and into the back. Now in order to skip along with the video, basically I would tap all those nails in, and this will end up looking like this. Okay, so I've set in 3 and 3 nails so that that nail pattern will go into that 1/2 inch plywood there, about 1/4 of an inch in. So tap all the nails in nice and straight, or semi-straight, and then you know how to tap them in with the hammer once you go to assemble. So with those set up like that, the back one, the pattern, you're going to want to stay away from the top corners there, right? Don't go right at the very top corner, otherwise the nail itself could protrude out the top corner. So avoid going to the top corner and just make yourself a nail pattern that looks like that. At this point you can do either the front or the back, because you just lay it down flat. Put a bead of glue on the bottom, because it's not going to get a nail through the 1/4 inch and then into the edge of that 1/4 inch, you're going for the 1/2 inch here, because it's got the wider area to hit with the. Make sure I don't put that upside down. So set that on. Go for the bottom first. So square up the bottom with your fingers like that, and you're square on the table, so you've got lots of base. Square it up on the bottom mostly, and the bottom and this edge here. So you see the side wall here is sticking a little bit out, and this one's sticking a little bit in. Don't worry about that. Just go straight for the bottom, right? And then these nails, if they're a little closer to the bottom corner, right, that'll self-correct. Unless, of course, your wall is way out. Now, this one here, it's a little bit out. I'm going to go like that. Now, if the tip of the nail came through, that can actually be of use, where it can help you actually grab the sidewall the way that one just did and hold it there. And here, make sure you're all lined up. You still have the ability to be able to move that. Line that right up there. See, with that little bit of an angle that I have, the way that I'm hammering, I'm not like so, just so, and it's just a tap on the head, put it in like that. And on the front, again, enough glue so that you get the connection, but not a crazy amount so it's all over the place. And you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to start at the bottom here, line up the bottom like so. And if the sides are within a good tolerance here, that it won't be because you've already done the other side. That. And then you go to the top. Don't do the middle yet. You go to the top and you line up the top. Make sure it's good. Lining up the top there. That took a little bit of convincing there. So now, one more nail. Now you have the whole box. That's going to be the birdhouse kit. At this point, what you want to do is you want to sand it all down. You've got your sandpaper. So you want to sand all your corners and everything so you're happy with where the finished product is before you put the roof on. If you go ahead and put the roof on, right, and then try to sand, it's really hard to get up into the edges and whatnot. So what you want to do is you want to take the roof, sand it on its own, sand this unit on its own, and then put them together after that. So the easiest way to put the roof on, right, is to put the birdhouse against yourself like this, and then take the roof, center it by eye, or measure if you would, right, and use the table as a jig, so that you'll know where the actual nails are. So I'm looking down that birdhouse from the front here, knowing that I've got a 1/2 inch of wall here. By the way, that gap that you see under the roof is supposed to be there. That gap is there to vent the birdhouses, the birdhouse, so that the birds inside have venting. So I'm putting a nail on each side here, so that I know that I'm going to be going into that top edge of that plywood. And then here, I would do the same thing. I would know that I'm there. And even at this point in time, I could actually say, just a thought, that would be easier than presetting all those nails, would be to do this. Just glue that top. Set it down the same way. Put this against yourself, like that. My preset nail came out. So I'm looking down there and I'm looking at the front 2 nails that I'm putting in, setting this against the table, centering it up so I know my nails will actually go into that 1/2 inch nicely. Hold that there, and I'm holding onto the front of the birdhouse at the same time and pressing against it there, like that. So I'm good there. So that will actually solidify everything there. You've got a nice flat back on that. And then you can look at your back here where your 1/2 inch is and just go a little ways in. Go into your 1/2 inch like that. And the very last thing that you can do here is you put a little bit of glue on the end of the perch, not a lot, just like so. Go all the way around with it, so it's like all the way around. Now this hole is drilled exactly so that if you put this perch against the hole like that, you won't be able to push it in. You just take the hammer and you tap it in about 1/4 inch. So it's solid like that. Once that glue dries, that perch is not coming out of there. And you have a Suburban birdhouse.